Hello my friends and welcome back to Practice Bonjwa. It is episode 5, and so last time I wanted to bring it all together, as it were, and get a good start and then carry on into a few more missions to sort of show how you can get off the ground and keep going. But unfortunately last time we just ended up in an absolutely epic fight to the death with a load of clan stuff. And it wasn't quite a recoverable loss. It was recoverable, but it was far more effort than I'm willing to put in for what is meant to be a series of practice videos just to show you how to play better. So I dropped that one like a hot rock, as it were, and we are back again for another random start. We are back in Steiner space as our start planet because I'm sick of desert maps, so I thought we'd go to Steiner space instead, which gives us all the ice maps. And I might choose a different planet for the last video, depending on how this goes. There is a number of missions here which are suitable to get started. Not sure how I feel about a base defense, but certainly a capture base can be simple enough. The money and salvage on offer is pretty decent. There's also just a straight up battle, which I don't know if there's going to be any reinforcements on that one. There isn't usually. And then there's a cleanup mission here, which is usually pretty easy as well. So anyway, those are my thoughts. I also think that probably early on you just want to go straight for some cash, because the shop is usually a pretty good experience. As in, you can usually find a few things that will definitely make solid improvements to your lance, while still, still progressing forward, still getting Argo upgrades done and all that kind of thing, like just having a look here. I'm not sure any of this stuff screams at me from the hills. Kind of weird that something basic like an LRM-5 is a limited weapon. A multi-shot laser, variable speed pulse. That's nice. Quite heavy though. Quite expensive too. We'll have something like this. Would probably be a good pickup early. If we get any missile, I've not looked at the mechs. I've not looked at the mechs yet. So if we have missile boats, that could be a nice pickup. Something cheap like this, suite, can just go in and give us a little bit more resolve to play with. There we go. Look, something like this ECM could be useful. Endo steel. This is not actually like the best pile of equipment I've ever seen in the store, but this could be useful for a sniper mech. This in particular would be very good because if we have any energy boats, +1 accuracy is always nice. This is ranged accuracy and accuracy against overheating targets as well. Obviously early on you're very interested in anything that improves your accuracy and is cheap. And stuff that ruins their accuracy and is cheap, like this. Not sure how I feel about rangefinders, but increased sight distance is very useful, I suppose. So anyway, there's plenty in the store that you could reasonably buy instead of trying to get equipment out of fights.
Quite a step up from the Leopard, isn't it?
Anyway,
check out this mech bay, Commander.
Let's see what we've got.
Pretty great, right? With a setup like this, there's nothing I can't do.
Scarecrow, we've not had this before. However, it does have improved It does have improved energy capability, so that's good. We've got some clan weapons here. Double heat sinks, patchwork materials. Got one of these one-shot weapons. I feel like it's very simple to take the one-shotters out and just bump up the armor a little bit here. Jesus, look at the heat cost for this thing. So this is a very powerful alpha striking energy boat with great sight and sensors. This is probably the best mech we've ever gotten. We've got flamers here as well. It could really do with some more heat sinks, but not much we can do about that. I'm also slightly concerned about how many weapons it's got hanging around in the arms where they're likely to be destroyed. Especially these two clan weapons. I mean, I would be more tempted to put my precious clan weapons in the CT and take these flamers. But I think moving the gear will cost me quite a bit of time. Yeah, look, it's like it's 3 days for each piece moved. So, that's not going to happen. Which is fine, I guess. But when you've got a bit more time, I would say that would be your first move here. But all in all, this is probably the best mech we've ever rolled. And just a little bit of additional armor later, and it will be pretty tough to destroy. Let's lower the sides a little bit and bump up the CT just a little bit more. I think I'm pretty happy with the legs there. Rear armor is pretty high, but that said, it's a medium range mech with some short range options, so it's going to be up front and personal, undoubtedly. I'd almost be tempted to take a flamer out and take the patchwork materials out as well. But that's fine, 8 days of work. It's definitely over-weaponed. But
I'll let you know
we'll have to deal with it. We don't have the time to correct it right now. Let's just do this before I forget.
It'll take a bit, but we'll get it done.
Okay, Centurion. Let's see what we got. An Ultra AC-10 Centurion with a ballistics computer. Not like the best one ever, but it's got one. +1 accuracy, not bad. Another +1 here. Of course, the pilot is awful, but, you know, we'll have to deal with it. Dumbfire LRMs. We've also got a tag, that's great. This is looking really good, actually. This is looking like a great start. The obvious problem with this mech is that its sides are undeniably soft, and it's blatantly overheat synced. So I've only freed up 1 ton there, so I presume that that's a free heat sink. Okay, so it's only got one. It's only got 1 spare heatsink. The rest belong to the engine. That's okay. 1 ton is enough. enough to rescue the side torsos from being desperately under-armoured. I'm not sure that we really need 240 rounds of long-range missile ammo here. I mean, we're launching 10 at a time, so that's like 12 rounds. 24 rounds with the second package. 12 rounds might be not quite enough, I guess. Especially with all the missing that goes on. Still think like I think 24 rounds is too many. It strikes me that this would actually make a good LRM boat at some point, but to be honest, the way it's set up, it's pretty alright. If it wasn't for the soft sides, I think it would be pretty solid design. So we'll make that correction. Otherwise, that's just a mech that's begging to lose a side torso.
Log and note. Shouldn't be too hard.
Okay, we have a Raven, which I glossed over for some reason. Let's have a look. Okay, we've got a comm suite, we've got long-range sensor package, we've got NARC, some pulse weapons, really heavy armor. For a Raven, unbelievably heavy armor. Too hot. Way too hot. 16 heat on these, Jesus. Okay, so the LRMs are actually pretty much as much heat as this can take, along with the NARC beacon. So my overall thought is that these optional laser weapons are not there to be used, as it were. Anyway, there's no point in removing them because there is nothing further I'd want to add here. Well, that said, I think this would actually be an even better missile boat than the Centurion, because we do have another missile slot here. We also have another missile slot here. We could get some LRM-5s in this thing. Get rid of these lasers to free up at least some tonnage. There's 2 tons of lasers there. And put some more LRM ammo in. It does have an XL engine, so that makes it yeah, these heat sinks don't belong to the engine, so the that one does. Okay, so it's only got 1 spare heatsink. If the sides go, it's going to blow up because it's got an XL engine, so you want to keep your distance. This seems like a great long-range mech, and so you'd want to build on that by adding possibly additional missiles, as well as maybe additional launchers if you can find space for them. The only thing is that this mech is pushing the tonnage limits. Even stripping the lasers is not really going to give us enough space for extra launchers, but it's something to think about. You might even think it might be better to take the NARC launcher off this to add more LRMs and more LRM ammunition, because this one, an LRM-15 being fed by only a single can, that's not a lot. This one could definitely do with more ammo, and put the NARC beacon on some other mech that could tag targets for the Raven to launch at from a distance. But anyway, I think that design is absolutely fine as it is, and we're going to just leave it alone. Okay, it's the experimental Gorse Hunchback. I am not the biggest fan of this mech. I'd like to make the same changes that I made last time, which is to make it a shield arm design. And to jettison the small laser, which makes absolutely no sense whatsoever to armor up. Unfortunately, moving equipment is quite heavy on the daytime usage, but whatever. We'll get over it.
Right. I'll get it in the schedule.
Okay, now I believe it always seems to be that the last two mechs, if you even have 6, are just standard. It looks like we have a standard Panther and an Irby with Havoc 10. What the hell is a Havoc 10? Hyper Velocity Autocannon. It's got some serious range to it. So, it is a long-range AC-10, is what I'm getting from this. That doesn't really excite me very much. But at least it gives the Irby some ability to actually be useful in a fight from a distance, because you certainly wouldn't want it anywhere near the front line, especially in an evasion is life game like this. I think you may be tempted to flat pack both of these for parts. Not that they really have anything interesting going on. Okay, normally of course we'd go through and jettison any expensive pilots and
Hey,
all
Bob,
that sort of thing, but we'll wait until after the mission to do that in case it all goes horribly wrong.
Roger that, Commander. I'll get the crew moving.
Just going for easy upgrades that add tech points. 10-day upgrades that add tech points. Okay, flashpoints have been activated.
Those upgrades you asked for are online.
I wouldn't buy anything else other than these first 2 upgrades here.
That work order you submitted is complete.
Alright, we're good to go. I don't remember there being this many contracts when I looked the first time. Every time we've done Letter of Marque, it's always been Uber clan mechs. So I'm gonna not. I'm not gonna do that one. Okay, capture base. Why not? A real opportunity here to buy time. I think at this phase in the game, it's 3 extra items for. I think at this phase in the game, we can afford to drop 200,000 C-bills of reward money for a 1-4 and just see if we can cherry pick something that's really going to change our approach. Oh, silly me. Pilots. I may not be sacking any, but I do at least need to spend some points. -2 int randomness. Injury resist. To be honest, it might be better to
waiting for orders.
To get some tactics or whatever. Just to control the initiative phase a little bit better, but whatever. This is weird. My stats should be 4, 2, 3, 3, and they're not. So that's odd.
Training confirmed, Commander.
So for some reason the commander is not correct, but whatever, that's fine.
Mech Warrior training complete.
Commander?
Falcon.
Got something you want done? Ready for orders.
I have a lot of pilots here.
Waiting for orders. Waiting for orders. Standing by. Good to go.
Some evidently a lot more expensive than others.
Training complete.
Okay, let's get stuck into the fight. Not that, obviously. That would definitely result in my death. Okay, so what we have here is a lance of long-range mechs. Except maybe the Centurion. And the Scarecrow. Well, I guess what I mean to say is, these two could definitely operate from long range. This one, the Ultra AC-10, can operate from the mid-range. The only short-range one is the Scarecrow, really. Let's go. And the loading begins. This is probably the best start I've ever had, so I guess I've got no excuses for screwing it up. I mean, all in all, the designs we were given are not hugely flawed, and relatively simple corrections fix them. I would certainly like to go through the Scarecrow and if I could get my hands on some more double heat sinks, tone down the amount of energy weapons it's got and stick a few more heat sinks in there, because it's seriously overgunned. Overgunning works extremely well in most mods, because with high chances to hit, you can pretty much guarantee a certain amount of damage. So when you see the opportunity to just kill somebody, and then it doesn't really matter then if you overheat or whatever, you can just take it. But here, we're struggling to penetrate 30% chances to hit most of the time.
Command interface initiated.
I don't think that you would want to risk a shutdown.
Aye, aye. Holding. Standing by.
Okay, let's go.
I'll be right here. Good to go.
Okay, that's cool.
Waiting for orders.
One thing I never really liked about the base game, it's true here as well, is the maximum amount of evasion is tied to the pilot.
Pedal to the metal.
Which is kind of a bit weird, because it's like,
Ready for order.
a good pilot in an Atlas could generate 4 evasion tokens by jumping around with 3 jump jets. But a light mech with a bad pilot can basically only do the same, because the maximum amount is capped out. Or to put it a different way, if a bad pilot runs across the entire map in a Locust, they still only have like 4 evasion because they're capped at 4.
I'll wait here for now.
Strikes me as very weird.
Roger that. Standing by.
Can't really complain about it super hard because that's what the base game was like, but
Roger that.
still feels a bit bad.
Thy will be done.
Go! I'm obviously going around the forest because
Waiting on you, Commander.
sprinting through it is a nightmare. And this hill area is perfect for an attack on this base.
Got it. Max speed, no shooting. How's it going?
Do you know what? The Centurion is so slow that actually slogging through the forest might be quicker.
Understood. Moving fast.
Because it's not going to make a huge difference to its overall mobility. Forest is worse for lighter mechs that can run a lot further. Okay, it seems like the AI is actually doing stuff now. Undoubtedly it's got turrets. Try and take them down fast.
Standing by.
Okay, it's my turn. I sometimes don't notice when it transitions from the AI's turn to my turn. Just because it's like... I normally expect the noise. The "it's your turn" noise. It doesn't seem to always play in modded games. I'm not sure why.
Reserving action.
Yes, Commander.
Do you know what? Ironically, I'm only generating like 3 evasion here. I could probably generate similar evasion just by moving. Sprint right forward and ignore the forest. Reduces movement and spotting distance and provides cover. Yeah, let's move. I do not see any turrets. Interestingly enough.
Let's move. What can I do for you? Standing by.
Go,
On the
Centurion!
move.
Slog your way through that forest.
Holding action, Commander. Standing by.
Ready for orders. Going full throttle.
I do not see any enemies yet. Interestingly enough.
Waiting on you, Commander. No sweat. Receiving you. Double time, let's go.
I want to maintain the high ground forest position here.
I await your command.
But obviously I don't want to sit still, so...
Rolling.
Yeah?
Okay, cannot actually get into the water from there.
On my way. Double time.
My Raven is easily my fastest mech with the best scouting, so it is being sent forward as bait.
I hear ya.
Plus, it's actually really very heavily armored.
Need something, Chief? Confirmed.
It looks like we can generate 2 evasion by moving, so
I'm ready.
that seems
Moving to
simple enough
position.
and fair enough.
Heads up, Commander. You've got hostile.
Okay, there they are. Enemy turn, white square. Oh no, not the deadly white square brigade. I thought we had a hard enough time with the red square. Their cheap vodka is really harsh on your guts. Urban Mech R60L. What is an Urban Mech R60L?
Aye, aye.
I do not know.
Roger.
What I do know is that I seem to have the information warfare edge here. Anyway, it's an Irby, so I highly doubt it's moved much.
Negative damage.
From this distance, I should be able to give it a glorious helping of Ghost Rifle. Although I have to wait all the way till phase 1 to do so.
Ready for orders.
Okay, I am not getting the reserve. This is the thing. I'm not getting the reserve thing pop up when it's my turn sometimes. Bit odd.
Holding for tactical advantage. What can I do for you?
Alright, what is the odds? 50%. That's not bad. Wheeled APC. 34%. 34%. 50% chance to hit the Irby because it's fat and slow. Can he see me from there? That's not a clean shot. I'm just deciding whether it's worth maintaining my evasion.
Right, Commander.
And it probably is. Just in case.
Special delivery.
Special delivery. Ah, missed.
Stand still while I'm attacking you. What's up, boss?
That's only 1 movement token if I go there. I haven't got a shot from anywhere else.
On my way.
Alright, not the best chances to hit here, but let's go for it.
Feel the love. Reporting negative damage. Standing by.
Okay, you are not going to do anything from up here. So it's time to get closer. That does not generate any heat for us, so yeah, let's go for it. Might as well. This is the tactical game of throwing stuff at the enemy and hoping that some of it will stick, so...
Yep.
Do I want to attack? Let's go for it.
Roger.
Oh, what is this? It's a power armor. The Tiny Pest. Anyway, let's see if we can beacon this boy. Oh, nice hits. Okay, minor damage. Nothing to see here. This is also a 1.5 skill mission that seems to be looking like it's 1,000 times easier than the clan nightmare I had last time. I have no idea what big ass gun he's got, but I presume that I don't want to get hit by it.
Waiting on you, Commander.
11%. I gotta wait for this weapon to recoil down.
Moving to position.
And that's fine.
Yes, Commander.
These dumbfire LRMs are actually not particularly long range.
Let's see what this baby can do.
Not even worth firing the Ultra in case it jams.
Taking the shot.
Save it for when I have a shot that actually has a hope in hell.
Yes, Commander. Heading out. Full speed.
Okay, once again, there's no cost for doing this in terms of heat.
Melting armor.
We're building up the streak breaker right now. You keep shooting at the enemy and you keep missing. Eventually you'll hit, because the streak breaker will intervene. Okay, we need to readjust, because this Raven is not actually really equipped for a short-range fight. I was simply using it in a fast scout role. But its weapons are actually long-range.
What do you need?
Perfect for harassing the Irby, but not so hot for fighting these vehicles straight up. Do I want to take that? We are within minimum range here. Let's go.
On the move.
Keep running.
Confirmed.
Missiles away. Nice.
Inflicted some heavy damage.
I'm gonna put this group of enemies in a surround.
I'm receiving you.
Okay, let's start with the obvious target that we can actually hit. A sprint will actually get us into minimum range better. So, roughly equal chance to hit with a sprint or without it. Wow, this mech cannot fire all of these weapons. Medium laser Exostar Plus. It's +1 accuracy weapon. The pulse lasers have probably actually got the most chance to hit here, because it's 16 times 3. $20 heat for each of these, compared to just 13 heat for these. So let's actually just skip the clan ER medium lasers. They run way too hot. That's the main issue here.
Target acquired.
Oh, some hits there. Tracked propulsion hit.
This just in. Critical hit.
So that guy's not going anywhere now. Okay, we have another APC. I was wondering where the fourth man was.
Reporting light damage.
He makes that sound so dramatic.
Hey there.
Reporting light damage. Alright, this guy's actually in range. And my chance to hit is not going to change very much, it would seem.
Fire in a full tilt.
Go! Oh, nice.
One more for the trash heap.
I think that Irby is some kind
I hear ya.
of LRM, not LRM 20, AC 20 style mech.
Uh-huh.
All right, once again we get our shot with our Gorse. 40% is a great chance to hit for this stage of the game. Seems sad to say.
You betcha.
And it's another miss.
Hot damn, we're gonna do this right.
Kind of sad when you can't even hit an urban mech. That said, I haven't got like perfect sensor information on him, but you know, whatever. We'll just ignore the power armor for now.
Receiving you.
Okay, so now I'm going to move back in the opposite direction, and the only reason why is we've taken a lot of damage, not a lot, but a reasonable amount of damage on the right hand side, so now I'm going to maneuver into a left hand side position. I am not too concerned about this vehicle getting behind me. My rear armor is actually pretty significant, so
Confirmed.
I've already done quite a lot of damage to this urban mech, so I don't know how much more it can take.
Roger.
Alright, he's been narked. Shame most of my missiles missed though, especially with such a high chance to hit. Now he has my evil little love beacon screaming, "The bad guys are in there!"
I'm here.
Oh, that was nearly a bad misclick. Oh, I can obtain a shot. A very clean shot.
On the move. Full speed.
We risk an overheat to put this guy in the grave. I suppose a little overheat is not too bad, right? Yeah, what the hell, let's just do
Target
it.
confirmed.
Oh, nasty. Oh, nasty, nasty, nasty.
I think things are going swimmingly.
I don't think he has any weapons now. He's got a small laser. That's hilarious.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Let's worry about other targets now, shall we?
Moving out.
Once again, I have to cool down the Ghost Rifle, because with that 6 recoil, it is not going to hit anything. To be honest, the Ultra AC-20 is probably not going to hit anything either. Sorry, the Ultra AC-10 is not going to hit anything right now, because it's cooling.
Copy that.
We'll just turn it off.
Acknowledge.
Oh, nice, we tagged his ass. Tag, you're it. As always, the biggest problem is going to be these power armors.
Reporting minor damage.
Not that they're very threatening, just that
So far, so good.
they're going to be even harder to hit.
I'm your spaniel.
They're going to be even more annoying to get rid of. "44% chance to squish the APC." Do you know what? Let's go for it. What's the Irby gonna do with one small laser? Absolutely nothing.
Onward.
Oh, nice, we hit it.
You shouldn't have come here.
You shouldn't have come here.
Commander.
You should have known that you wouldn't have been welcome again in this town. I'm just gonna kill this guy.
Copy that.
Hey, buddy.
Firing on target.
See ya.
Target neutralized.
How's it going?
Alright. Now what we're left with is the unbelievably irritating power armor, who we have very little chance of hitting. I'll just sit here and shoot it.
Copy that.
Let's close in with it.
Firing all weapons.
Oh, we hit it! God damn. I was figuring that what I'd have to do is surround it and make it not move and then shoot it. But never mind.
What can I do for you?
We will be picking bits of that out of my teeth for some time to come.
Going turbo.
It's so weird when you get a 1.5 skill mission that is like as
I live
easy
to
as
serve.
this, and then you know, like in the previous episode, we got a 1 skull mission that had a full ensemble of clan hatred.
Yep.
Oh well, whatever. What a nice beginning.
I hear ya.
Cheap and cheerful.
Got it. Max speed, no shooting.
There won't be much in the way of salvage, though. That's the only thing.
Waiting for orders. I copy.
Mission successful.
Well, that was easy. That was surprisingly easy. That was more easy than I had anticipated. Unfortunately, I don't think there's going to be much in the way of interesting gear. But we did walk away with a big pile of wedge, so can't really complain. Steiner is pleased. EXP is whatever. Okay, what we got? Hot junk. Interesting. would be great for a melee mech, but I haven't got one, so hard life. $90 grand. I'm thinking that we should probably just take the thing that's worth the most money here, which is the engine. And then just sell it. And if we get some other stuff, then that's fine. I mean, these are all things that I need. I do need SRM ammo. That's why I was seriously considering it. I do need SRM launchers. You know, I don't really have anything right now, so anything is useful. Okay, not bad. We picked up an SRM-6. That's useful. Big fan of SRMs. Very good in the standard game. I suppose in this harsh chance to hit life with so many anti-missile systems floating around, maybe the SRM is not quite as wonderful as it used to be, but you know. Come on, game. I must admit the loading times are really killing it for me a little bit, which is unfortunate. Hopefully the new expansion has some quality of life improvements in terms of loading times and stuff. Alright, 4 days for the repairs. Jesus, we couldn't have really walked away with a better result than that. Okay, let's get in the store. We're gonna continue on, because why not? Okay, so first things first. I only really took this just because it's worth a small amount of money. It can go. I will never use one-shot weapons, so there is no point in keeping them. Okay, so next step, of course, is
Yes, Commander. Standing by.
Yes, Commander.
to have a
Ready for
little
orders.
look through our mech warriors.
Ready to get it on.
Ready for orders.
And launch the two most expensive ones out of the airlock.
Orders?
Often they've just got nobility.
131. Expected approach time. 18.
Which does not really benefit you in any way.
Ready. Waiting on you,
Commander.
Waiting for orders.
Have a quick look in the hiring hall and see if there's anyone who makes a good replacement straight away. Alright, this is quite good. A one-time hiring fee that isn't that bad, and a base salary that is not too expensive. 4424 would instantly make this pilot my best pilot. We need a MRB rating of 50 to hire, which I don't think is the biggest deal. Yeah, we got a 15 rating from just like one mission. So that should be simple enough to get without leaving this planet.
I live to serve.
And 3323, but for the cheap cost of 16 grand. Which is interesting, because this one is also noble. But it's got spacer, so that's why it's cheaper. So there are 2 pilots worth hiring. If we need to hire, we can. That's good. Alright, so we have 3 days worth of spare repair time here that we could use. Go on then, why not? He didn't win, but it feels like he did pretty well. Strangely, he's not unavailable after that.
I wrapped up that job you asked for, Commander.
Okay, so we have plenty of money. We could develop the Argo here. But what I'd like to do more than anything is improve the accuracy of my guys, however I can do that. Or increase their defensiveness. Energy FCS, but we don't really have any we don't really have any energy mechs apart from the one that's already got something like that. It strikes me that an exchanger or a heat bank for the overheating energy mech might be a good idea. Question is, do you want to invest? And I think, why not?
New equipment available.
Does that, just out of interest, does that Gauss Rifle Hunchback actually have any FCS? It does not. So it might even be worth putting an advanced zoom into it, so it can snipe just that little bit better. So instead of an accuracy bonus of up to 1 increasing with range, we can have an accuracy bonus of up to 4 increasing with range. So let's buy this as well.
New equipment available.
It seems a bit risky to invest your entire winnings like this, but it gives us more chance to actually start to spiral our position out of control towards glorious victory, whatever that may be. So, obviously this mech has got the issue that it uses double heat sinks. I say the issue. It means that we can't put more heat sinks in unless we find double heat sinks, which is always going to be difficult. However, we have an exchanger here which we can put in. So we can just lose one of the flamers. since that wasn't really achieving much anyway. And get an exchanger in here. Hide it in the CT where it's least likely to be damaged. And just that one simple change should make this monster just a little bit more palatable to use. A 10% cut on 126. That's pretty good. Or more than that, depending on how RogueTech calculates it. So, simple change, simple improvement. And if there's something else I want to add, like an ECM or whatever, the other flamer will be the next thing to go. Right, now going back to the Hunchback. Obviously the issue here is that it leans on this Gauss rifle, which has massive recoil. It's got a standard FCS, so we will upgrade that to advanced zoom, which will give us just that little bit more opportunity to put the boot in at long range, since we're only going to get one shot every other turn. I'm still not convinced by this mech, but I've seen it perform well as per the previous episode, so whatever. I'm not entirely happy with a mech that can only fire once every other turn.
I'll let you know when that's done.
Okay, and one thing about the latest version of RogueTech is that you get charged for equipment that you're not using. So anything that you potentially will never use, you should probably sell. Now the real question is, would I ever use either of these mechs? If I lost a mech, then I would have to. So I think it might be wise to just keep them. If I were playing this as a full campaign, I would probably keep them in reserve. And then you're not expecting to lose anything, but there is money to be saved with some level of risk, basically, is what I'm saying. There may be some time before I could put together another medium. Or it could be that one of my mechs becomes so crippled that it takes months to fix.
Always good to see you in ops, Commander.
Okay, 4 days, let's go.
Job's done,
I've
Commander.
got the financial report.
Okay, so that's pretty simple. We've reduced costs here from the base game down to 400,000, so that's not so bad.
Yes, Dr. Rob. I'll handle it.
And now we are in a much better position than we started, really. So the question is, what do you want to bet the kitchen sink on now? I do not like defend bases. I like escorts. You usually face 2 lances, but not usually at the same time. That I can deal with. There's also very good salvage rights here. 2-9 is pretty nice. We have a dude with high spirits. Might potentially be worth subbing him in, simply because he's got high spirits. Well, we'll leave it for now. I think we're okay for now. There are so many bonuses for investing in each skill that I would be tempted to build my guys evenly, i.e. take them to 4-4-4-4 and then to 5-5-5-5 and so on. A lot of the skills that might make a really good early pick, like Sensor Lock, have been moved to rank 8, so you can't really factor that into your early game. You'll have to factor that in later on. Maybe once you've got level 3 training pod, because that'll help you build up pilots where you can just buy skills pretty quickly that way. Let's see how we get on. I always wondered this about narc beacons, but why are they not destroyed by the missiles that are homing in on it?
Command interface initiated.
Okay, let's go.
I'll wait here for now. Holding action, Commander. All right, I'm standing here.
Okay.
I'm your spaniel. On my way. Double time.
I guess there might not be any enemies
I hear ya.
until
Going turbo.
until you trigger the convoy, in which case there'll probably be only one wave. I think they'll be going over here.
Standing by. You want fast? I can give you fast.
You cannot give me fast in a Centurion. You cannot. Sorry.
Aye, aye.
Fast cannot be provided in a Centurion.
Got it.
Okay, it looks clear.
What can I do for you?
The Raven's got a pretty good sensor package, so I'm going to
No
presume
I'm receiving you.
that there's nothing there.
I am the wind. Receiving you. Let's see what this baby can do.
Okay, so they're going to go here. And I guess the enemy will spawn probably around here or something.
Affirmative.
Let's reserve down to 1 just to make sure
Standing by.
if something kicks off, everybody
Holding action, Commander.
is in a position of being forced to make their moves.
Understood. Moving fast.
Yeah. Affirmative.
I got no qualms about
What's up, boss?
splitting my lance up.
Understood. Moving fast. I hear ya.
The Hunchback will have to stay
Pedal to the metal.
safely at the back somewhere.
Okay, I'll be right here.
So we'll move the Hunchback in because
Got it. Max speed, no shooting.
we won't be firing it this turn. And it needs to be at the back anyway.
Waiting for orders. Going full throttle.
Standing by.
Go, go, Gadget Raven.
Ready for orders.
Big, fat, slow Centurion. Just wait in the trees here. Alright, they're right here. Right where I want them. So of course the AI is going first.
Sensors have something.
Okay, a 10-ton cargo truck. Whoa. What the hell was that? I was trying to do. Oh! They're everywhere. What is that? I am so confused. Okay, nice try. The good old selfie. The workhorse. Okay, wait for everybody to take their turn. We've got a commando closing in. He seems to have maneuvered into a stupid position. That's good. We've got another one, 3A. Alright, some minor damage.
Receiving you.
Pretty good shots in the back here. Not with the LRMs, but with everything else. To be honest, everyone's pretty much had their go now, so I'm probably safe
Copy that.
to reserve down.
I copy.
Need something, Chief?
Yes. Yes, I need a hole in this guy. A big hole. However, let's move here and just...
Roger.
I'm concerned because I know that there are suicide trucks in this game.
Roger that.
Oh! Absolutely
Taking
wreckage.
heavy damage.
Oh, the vehicles are going to eat him for breakfast next turn. So, what did he have? SRM ammo. SRM. Can't see what else he's got. Presume he's got more SRMs, and that the ammo loss has resulted in them going offline.
I'm here. Rolling.
Not unreasonably hot. Only 10% chance to hit with these, so whatever.
Locking target.
What the hell? There is a fire.
Strike one.
All the way over there. That is very random. Okay.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Whatever. Whatever.
Coordinates received.
My Gore Sniper. 16%. That's not so good. 23. That's not so great either. Not really concerned about hitting him. He's as good as dead.
Time
Just
to
try.
shine.
Oh well.
Hey, stay in the crosshairs.
What do you need?
Oh, that's gonna be nasty.
Move order received.
Let's go for it.
All weapons, fire.
Oh, big hits!
How'd that taste?
One of his SRMs are offline. Okay, he's going for the convoy. The wheeled APC will probably die because it's got no armor. Ha 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 ha! I knew that would happen. See ya. Oh, he's still here despite the fact that his engine's being destroyed. Well, he won't be here for much longer. Oh, nasty. Well, we knew that was going to happen. Oh, nice. He actually hit. Let's hope that this cargo truck actually is not one of these suicide bomber trucks. Then again, I wouldn't expect it to be so unbelievably difficult to hit if it was that. Okay, it just tried to do something and failed. I thought all the enemies have had their go. He moved early. He's just had his go. He moved as well. So, unless there's more of them out there... It says my turn, but no one's highlighted. Here we go again on another magical mystery tour of why it's not my go. Okay, the Saladin's moving now. Maybe Ace Pilot or something.
They're flanking. Reporting. Critical hit.
He tacked my heatsink. Oh well, whatever. There are worse things to lose to casino gameplay than a heatsink. Do I want to use the Raven to ensure that this guy dies? If I can ensure such a thing. I guess the answer is yes.
On my way.
You might as well not fire, you might as well not fire. We'll overheat slightly, but whatever.
Target locked. On enemy 6.
Nice.
Scored a critical hit. Damn it. Heat damage.
Orders?
Great chances to hit there. Not bad chances to hit there either.
Onward.
Let's just make sure that this vehicle dies. It's actually probably got the most weapons. new exchanger is making this a little bit less painful to do. Nice.
I think things are going swimmingly, don't you?
Wrecked.
What can I do for you?
Okay, so the Hunchback needs to cool down the
Going turbo.
prototype Ghost Rifle this turn,
Affirmative.
so we might as well just move and do not much else.
Ooh, I may need some more time in the simulator. Waiting for orders.
I want to close in on this guy and shoot him, or worry about this guy. I guess my chance to hit is not great either way.
On my way.
But we do need to proceed to the extraction zone because there might be another wave of enemies. Do I want to risk jamming my weapon? I don't think I do.
No. Missed.
Okay, enemy turn. Commando's on the move. Commando is missing every shot. Oh, nasty! Enemy turn, so I guess it's the cargo truck's turn. You know, in a game of BattleTech, a cargo truck should never be anything that is something that you worry about in any way, shape, or form. But you know, in the world of RogueTech, of course, it could have 2,000 damage nuclear bomb in it and just end your game in an instant. So these are the concerns that you must have. Don't hot load. I misclicked. Go.
Engaging target. That's a miss.
Even if I can't really hit it,
Waiting on
if
you,
I could
Commander.
set the surrounding area on fire, it might just burn
Metal
to
to
death,
the metal.
which would be fine. 28% chance to hit. Why not?
Firing everything I've got. Orders.
Okay, we would have to sprint to actually close into optimal range for the AC-10. Which of course reduces our accuracy, but whatever. The LRMs are dumbfire as well, so I don't believe they have a minimum range. Nope. No minimum range. Moved is +5, sprinted is +2, so we actually gain like 7 penalty for moving. Oh, we hit! Well, that's the end of that story.
Reporting vehicle destroyed. I'm ready.
Great work. Let's be somewhere else.
On the move. Full speed. Oh, hell yes.
Yep.
Let's Let's
my
go,
way.
let's
Double
go,
time.
let's go. None of these boys should get into the ring just yet.
Ready for orders. Double time. Let's go. Receiving you.
Phase 14, so basically everyone's had their go except
Roger. Double time.
Witness. Witness me!
What can I do for you? Going turbo.
Okay, time to reserve. We don't want to take any moves because the moment these guys move into that ring, there'll probably be enemies.
Good work, Commander. Hold this position until the package is underway.
Okay. Convoy is on the move.
Observing action.
Next turn it will all be in the ring, barring any problems.
Holding.
Holding.
I'll wait here for now. Standing by.
Now, we don't know just how deadly or dangerous the enemy is.
Yes, Commander.
So some level of caution is advised.
Roger that. Going to full throttle. I hear ya.
Okay, I want to try and avoid the fire tiles.
Got it. Max speed, no shooting.
Good to go.
I left the Raven behind. It's so quick, it will just be able to catch up without any problems.
I await your command.
Alright, we got movement. We got movement! A flea? That can't be that dangerous. Locust, okay. Neither of them seem to be 2C variants, so I think we're alright. Okay, wheeled APC is in the ring. V. Machine gun laser. Okay. That wheeled APC might die simply because it's a wheeled APC and wheeled APCs have got no health. Not the biggest deal. The extra payment is nice, but not necessary. Mongoose. Mon 67. I think disengaging is probably pointless here. I'm gonna have to just kill all these guys. Go, mash truck! Okay. All units are in extraction.
They will be done.
This is good because if you remember, I think it was episode 2.
Ready.
We had an issue where some of our units decided that extracting was optional, and just kind of sat there. That's not a great position to be in. Yeah, these chances to hit are pretty poor. I think we'll just sprint this guy up on the understanding that he's not actually going to hit, but we're just going to reveal the enemy. Although, 40% is not bad. Oh, he got tagged. He got tagged, and that means
What can I do for you?
that TheEdmon might have a good shot. 60%. Not entirely sure I want to stand still though, but moving does reduce the chance dramatically. Thing is, they just have the better position up there on the hill. I think I'll save the Ubergun for now.
Roger that. Firing on target.
Nice.
Yeah, critical hit.
Commander.
And yes, I do want to close in because I want the high ground. I could move the Hunchback back and snipe with it, but these are all scout mechs, so they could close in super fast and then I'd be in the same situation, but in a worse position, so...
Let's move.
Let's move.
I copy.
Alright, you got narked. Excellent.
Commander. I'll race ya.
Okay, cool, we're in a better position now. You know, these chances to hit aren't bad either. Let's turn a couple of these off because they run mega hot. Actually, let's just turn one off.
Target confirmed.
Oh, nice.
Take that.
Good job. Objective secured.
Okay, the extraction's complete. Now we just gotta clean up all these light mechs. That might not necessarily be easy, but we're gonna do it. Is that a rear melee? Oh well, doesn't matter, he missed. He's also created a situation where I can actually just immolate him, but okay. Because I think the Raven's got a clean shot. If it just stands there. He must have ace pilot. No way the AI just shoots without moving, normally. Yep, ace pilot, thought so. He didn't move very far though.
Standing by.
Let's see what the other two do. They're all pretty small. Alright, we might as well not even bother trying to hit that one. but they can't jump forever because they build up instability. Flea's on the move. Okay, he walked. And not very far. Ow, he hit me good though.
Barely a hit, Commander.
Barely a hit, it was nearly 100 damage. That's the most we've ever received.
Holding action, Commander.
Alright, have you got the shot from here? Yes, you do. Outstanding. Let's make this boy disappear. Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Inflicted some heavy damage.
Still alive, though.
I hear ya.
28%.
No need to tell me twice.
Kind of wanted to get up the hill, but I also want to make sure that this guy dies, so...
Take this.
Oh my god. You're killing me, kid.
Good to go.
Okay, chances to hit the locust are amazing. If I can get a good position. Okay, chances to hit are not so amazing, but this is a good position.
All weapons.
And that'll do.
Target's taking a critical hit. Yes, Commander. Acknowledge.
Let's go. You can cover the Centurion this way. Okay, the clan gear can just be turned off because it's too hot.
Engaging.
See ya.
Do the math, Chief. One less target.
Alright, nice. We actually rolled a phase 20 this time, that's good. He's gonna melee the front of this, I think. No, side. He's probably gonna miss. Melee chance to hit is so incredibly low. You really have to 100% specialize and have a melee weapon and all the right arm modifications to get more than like 40%. Alright, he's still got all his weapons despite the absolute pummeling that he received. That hurt. Yeah. The Hunchback is known for its notoriously weak rear armor. That's why I wanted that guy dead before he could do anything.
Yep.
And why I stood still to make it happen. But it didn't happen, but it doesn't matter. Because it's going to happen this time. Let's turn off one of these lasers, they are a bit hot. Go for it, that'll do. Nice!
I think I hit something good.
Well, he's still alive. Maybe not for much longer. He's at his go now anyway, so I'll have another opportunity.
Watch my 6.
Centurion can take rear hits. I mean, not a lot, but they're not packing big weapons, so...
Waiting for orders. I'm walking here.
Now is the time of rear strikes. Okay, spare. Spare ourselves the medium lasers. Well, we could just go for them and overheat. There is a real potential of an instant kill if we do go for it full bore. Yeah, do it.
Affirmative.
Do it.
Solid connection on that one. Over the red line.
Well, considering our chances to hit there,
Standing by.
that went very badly. Okay, the mech is on fire, but it's not really a mech that overheats much. Let's vigilance and go fast next turn. Although I'm not sure how much difference that really makes with my bad pilots. But the boy is tagged, so.
Waiting for orders.
Okay.
Moving to position.
82% chances this time.
Affirmative.
Oh, for crying out loud, we still missed one.
Critical hit, Commander.
And the one that did hit did not hit in a good
Yes,
position.
Commander.
I don't think there's any risk of an ammunition explosion. Let's just 100% make sure that this guy dies this turn. See ya.
Target neutralized. Over the red line. Heat damage.
Oh, he actually shut down. Oh well,
Engine
whatever.
critical. Shutting down.
It's not the biggest deal. Here we go again with the rear melee. Oh, he actually hit despite the fact that he's missing an arm.
It tickled.
That must have been a 10%er, probably. Well, he won't be attacking me in the rear anymore because I'll just park against the wall. We will shut down after this, but he will shut down permanently. I promise you.
Roger that.
See ya. Wow, that was brutal.
Are there none who can stand before engine shutdown? City duck.
That was probably a bit unnecessary, but you know.
Watch the flank.
Ooh, that hurt. Oh!
Friendly unit.
What do you know? A missile explosion took him down.
Good to go.
And thus the playthrough has ended.
Sprinting.
Well, you know, that's luck for you.
Commencing Alpha Strike. Critical hit, Commander. Commander?
Okay.
Yes, Commander.
There's no way to stop light mechs from closing in and attacking your rear, because
Commander?
the better AI favors rear attacks all the time, and they have the speed to get in. And what really benefits them is permanent evasion, which makes it very difficult to stop them from closing in. So, in a game with lots and lots of low hit chances, it only takes sort of one little bit of luck to just completely wipe out a mech because they're all so very fragile with the TAC system. It wouldn't even need to be a flee or a rear strike. It could simply be a PPC shot through the front that tacks your ammo, that blows your whole mech. In fact, there's a whole sort of line of thought in the current RogueTech that ammunition-based weapons are just a complete death trap, and
Critical hit, Commander.
you should basically get rid of all of your ammunition-based weapons and go completely energy as soon as you can, because ammo can just be tacked, and when it's tacked, your entire mech is lost.
I'm here.
It doesn't matter if the ammo is not in the CT, because without case it travels, the explosion travels, like as per the low tech level tabletop rules.
Double time. Let's go.
So it almost makes sense to keep the ammo in the CT, because if it goes up you lose the whole mech anyway. It's same as XLRP, but I think that mod might be changing that. Now obviously you can get Case 2, which fixes the problem, but early on you're not going to have it, and I think it's pretty expensive, so
Fast as armor.
that's why it doesn't bother me. There's nothing I could really do about it, so
Waiting for orders.
it doesn't really bother me that I took that loss and that the run is over, as it were. The early game of RogueTech
On my way.
honestly just requires a streak of good luck to get off the ground, and it gets easier with each mission, but nothing's going to stop a lucky ammo tack from completely destroying your mech. Now, I mean, in this case, it wasn't a tack. He did actually get through to the structure and set off the ammo in the side torso. But obviously, in the standard game, in most mods, the side torso ammo destruction would not result in the loss of the whole mech. But in this case, it does, and we don't really have the equipment to mitigate it early on. So the design issue could not have been fixed by us just yet.
Locking on.
So yeah,
Target neutralized.
Mission successful.
the Centurion was not exactly our best mech, but it was still a pretty good mech. So if you were to continue on with this campaign, which is not really the point of this series, but if we were to continue on with this campaign, recovery from this point might be difficult. Might not be. Just really depends on the luck of the missions, so. Okay. So you can see here that what happened was the ammunition in the left torso exploded, and because of the current rules for ammunition explosions without case, that explosion then went through and took out the CT. So not much you can do about it because you don't have any case early on, so you can't make the strategic decision early on to lose tonnage to mitigate that problem. So case costs tonnage, and it mitigates that problem. And so in the mech lab you make the decision, do I want to risk my ammo exploding for more tonnage, or do I want to fit case and avoid that problem but lose tonnage to do so? And like MechWarrior 3 made this very good in that case was free. You could fit as many cases as you want, they were infinite. You just had to make the choice as to whether you wanted to waste that tonnage to protect the ammo in each of the regions of your mech or not. That was the choice you have to make. But early on in RogueTech, of course, you haven't got case unless one of your mechs came with it, so you can't make that choice. And the financial constraints are so tight early on that you can't go into the shop and buy it either, and then it becomes a financial problem as well as a decision-making issue. So basically there's no strategy in it. You just have to deal with it until you're at a point where you've got the money to actually make proper decisions. But in the early game, you've just got to take what you've got and win with it repeatedly, and that's going to involve an element of luck, no matter what you do or how you position. I mean, there's no way to prevent those 4 lights. There's no way to prevent 4 lights from getting behind one of your mechs. They're too fast. They'd be on you in one turn, and then the next turn they'd be behind you, even if you managed to take out one on the way in, which would be difficult because they'll be sprinting, and so they'll have high evasion, and they're lights, so they're hard to hit anyway. So I don't feel like there's anything wrong with my strategy. We certainly took all the lights out, and I offered basically some of my mechs as bait in certain positions to make the enemy run behind them, but to do so from a long distance. So basically diminishing their accuracy, and then having another mech behind that stood still, so you can just shoot them in the back. And that's how I normally take care of lights, and it's why I up armor my rear sections as well. But as I said before, there isn't much we could do about it. And the Centurion was the one mech that I didn't actually really heavily armor the back. Same with the Hunchback. So we hadn't had time to really make those changes yet. Ha! My employer is filing a dispute over the salvage over one of my mechs. The Centurion was mine, and they're actually disputing my right to it. That's hilarious. Nice. Do you know what? I'll accept this because the actual salvage here is better than... I don't want these parts. Like, who cares? Who cares about mech parts? That doesn't interest me. It would take forever to gain 5 pieces of anything. But the TTS and the patchwork materials are actually quite fun. So, whatever. Okay, mortars, basically like LRMs. That's my Ultra AC-10, which doesn't hugely interest me. So there's a load of ballistics computers that have been added, and a load of patchwork materials. I thought they might have bundled them up, but they haven't, so that's not very helpful. So, but whatever. Rangefinder. Actually, do I really want 2 of them? I guess I would take... I mean, it doesn't matter, I'm not going to keep this campaign, but I guess I'd take these 2. Some partial salvage, which I'd probably just sell. So, I mean, to recover this now, I would fit the equipment that I just got onto the Irby. Because it's already got a ballistic weapon. You probably have to think about collecting parts for a replacement medium at some point as well. The thing is, when you actually lose mechs, your skull rating drops as well. So the missions become easier. That's the theory. I'm not sure whether they actually do or not on Brutal. Come on, loading. Okay, 6 days for the repairs. Our best mech is still the energy boat, so our costs have dropped because we lost the Centurion. That's not necessarily the biggest deal. So if we were now going to take the Irby out instead, one thing that we could do is, it's already got this ballistic weapon in it, and 1 billion tons of heat sinks for some reason, which is a mystery, because it only generates like the tiniest bit of heat. I guess only one of these, the rest of these heat sinks belong to the engine, so you can't actually take them out, but whatever. So then my suggestion would be to get the ballistics computer in here and the recon sensors and use this thing and take the stupid small laser out, because it's not gonna save you. And just do something like that. Remember, the Centurion was stock. We didn't really do anything to it, apart from up-armor it. And ironically, when I up-armored it,
I'll let you know when that's done.
I did say at that time that the ammunition was placed in such a way as, you know, it was a mech that was begging to explode at some point. And that's exactly what it did. But we invested new equipment into the Scarecrow and the 4GG. And the Raven's a pretty solid piece of kit just as it is. So I reckon you can still carry on playing from here. You would just have to now do some missions for parts and see if you can put together a mech. We have plenty of money, so it's probably time for some salvage. I would suggest, actually, because Letter of Mark is usually really difficult enemies that have no health, there might be potential to get good kit there. Yep, so I set the difficulty to spank me and no mech recovery chance, so there was never any way to get that back. But as I said before, when I was looking at that mech, when I was describing it before I even went into battle, you know, I said that the ammunition was prominently a big problem with it. You have no strategic choice or decision to make because you can't afford to case it. In fact, I'm not even sure there are any cases in the shop to actually buy. I'll have a look now and actually see one, but I don't think there was one, because I'm pretty sure I looked before. Yep, so there's no cases. So there's literally nothing you could do to prevent attack on that mech anyway, whether it was through the front or the back. And the side goes, so does the middle because of the rules. So, yeah, that is what it is. Obviously, if we'd have just lost the side, it wouldn't have been such a big issue. We could have repaired it. We made plenty of money. I still think that this is playable, but I wouldn't play it because, as per the main point of this series, the beginning of the game is the hardest part. So you just want to get 2 or 3 missions done, sort of in a great way, and build up your starting lance, removing ammunition to make it less vulnerable, or casing it if you can find some, and getting accuracy bonuses in. And then once you're secure, you can actually start building extra mechs and all the rest of it, and start actually, you know, recovering from a loss. But since we've only played 2 missions, there's no point. You might as well just start again. And yeah, I mean, that's part of the reason why I did this series. Is it's not just about practice, but it's also showing that a lot of the early game is just very, very chancy. So don't be discouraged by it. Don't even consider it difficulty. Just consider it effectively the price of actually getting to the real part of the game, where you get to make the real decisions, which is where you're a little bit more financially secure. And in fact, a couple of people said to me that the one thing that they do is they have it all hardest, but they put the money up to the maximum amount, which I think is about 4 million, and that lets them actually make decisions about the mechs that they start with and fit them with the right equipment and so on, and make something that they like, that is good, and then they get stuck into the missions and that kind of thing. So that's also something to look at. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. We have one more to go, and then we've got Urban Warfare coming out, so we'll probably give this a break for a bit. I will see you guys next time.